Hello, I'm Grant Gershon, the artistic director of the LA Master Chorale.
And I'm Jenny Wong, the Associate Conductor of the LA Master Chorale.
And today we're joined by one of the members of the LA Master Chorale, an amazing mezzo-soprano who, in addition to being with the chorale, is also a singer-songwriter, has appeared with orchestras and festivals all around the country and the world. She's just an amazing artist. And so we're super happy to have Kristen Toedtman with us. Hey, Kristen.
Thank you. I'm so happy to talk with you guys live, if not IRL, and really honored that you asked me. Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell us where you are, because you're not in LA right now.
I'm
And
not in LA. I'm
wow,
in already, as of 2 days ago, steamy Baltimore, Baltimore, Maryland, which is where I spent a formative portion of my childhood, and also came back here for Peabody, and then, as you know, have been back here for a couple years now.
Well, Kristen, we're curious since we're here in LA. So Baltimore is in some ways like LA, a complex fabric of different types of communities. How does your choir, the Community Chorus of Baltimore, reflect the complexities of the wider community where you are?
As you know, when you build something, you're trying to figure out who you're serving. And there are a couple ways to serve with the choir. For one, people love to sing. So I want to give as many people the opportunity to sing. And then also, how do you serve those who hear you? So we're not, by our nature, I let anybody in. The majority of people that come, like the most frequent email I get when people have heard about the choir and they want to join is, I used to sing in college, or I used to sing in high school, and then they say the gigantic number it is, and sometimes it's 5 years ago, or sometimes it's 10 years ago, or sometimes it's 20 or 30. So we have definitely multi-generational. But the main, one of the main ways we serve people that are in the choir is people who used to sing and miss that, and they want to sing. I'm not sure percentage of readers of music and non-readers, but I really encourage anybody to join. So we always do a mix of score reading and learning by rote, which is to say everybody's going to be outside of their comfort zone. But we also always do what we call pocket songs. So songs that we can have in our pocket. We were calling them street songs, which didn't quite fit. So we call them pocket songs, songs that we can pull out at any time. We always have like a running list of about 10 per semester, and they are easy to teach to people and to sing along. They have to be uplifting. I'm not really generally interested in love songs anymore. You know, I used to write a lot of love songs and go out and sing them, and I have just been, I'd say in the past 2 years, really being a lot clearer about what comes out of my mouth when I'm singing. I'm not as great with my speaking, but I'm trying that too. That's another self-study I'm doing during the pandemic. But in terms of singing, I just feel it's so important what we do, whose voice we elevate, whose music we elevate, and what message we're getting across. And we know that there's a power even in wordless music. But if I'm going to say words, why? And what words am I going to say? We have participated with this really amazing organization here called Ceasefire Baltimore, which sounds as serious as it is. It's led by this amazing powerhouse, this woman, Erica Bridgeford, who started this with a friend of hers 4 or 5 years ago. And the tagline is, nobody kill anybody. And they went for 72 hours. They said, nobody kill anybody, which of course is really grim. But in addition to calling, and they do it, I think, 4 weekends out of the year. It's chilling. But they also plan life-affirming events during the 72 hours as well. So we took part in one. They have meetings, community meetings, and I got 2 of our members to attend the meetings and say, hey, what would you think about a choir showing up? So they were really into it, and we joined this. It basically felt like this really great it was in downtown Baltimore. There's this open lot which has been turned into like there's a stage, and it's just a grass lot. But this woman took it over, and it felt like showing up at this like some like big African American family barbecue, and then like these powerful people are getting up and singing with backing tracks. There's like lots of heavy bass, and I'm like, fanning myself, and then it's time to get up there, and the power of it was simply showing up. It was like this nightclub, and it was hopping, and then we get up to sing, and it's like, that uncomfortableness, which, as we know, is part of what we need to handle, right? It's okay for us to be uncomfortable and sweating and still stay, and say the wrong thing and figure out how to apologize and say the right thing the next time, or just keep showing up and stop talking. So what I love about singing and about having pocket songs is it's a way to amplify other people's voices. Like let's sing. I want everybody can sing, and here's something that's simple to put in your voice and get that moving. And then of course the beauty of singing with other people is you are literally vibrating next to each other, harmonizing together. So it's tough. The answer to your question is not that like, well, we're this beacon of light and we are reflecting majority Black Baltimore with a majority Black choir. But the truth is also the majority Black choirs are in the churches, and they're awesome, and we have to learn from them.
I do think that, there's so much in what you just said, and it's such a powerful depiction of how the art we do doesn't exist in a vacuum. And it's so important to acknowledge that there are imperfections and still so much room to so much more path to build on those bridges. And what you're doing, I think, is a really important step in that direction. So thank you.
Thanks, Jenny.